everyone, and thank you for watching our very first video of Lunch and Listen. My name is Allison, and I'm a teen librarian at the Schaumburg Township District Library. So what exactly is Lunch and Listen? Every other Tuesday, I will release a new video where I will encourage you to sit back and relax and enjoy your lunch while listening to me talk about books. Each week, I will be giving young adult book reading recommendations based on a specific theme. This week, I'm featuring 3 books for fans of the Hunger Games. I chose this theme because there's a brand new book in the series being released next week, and it's called The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne, and it is a prequel that takes place during the 10th Hunger Games, with Snow being the main character. So while we all have to wait until we get a chance to read the new book, I rounded up a few titles that you can read to help tide you over. The first book I'm going to talk about today is an older title, but perfect for fans of the Hunger Games, and that is The Testing by Joelle Charbonneau. And it is a mix between the Hunger Games and Divergent with its own unique twist. It's a dystopian novel with a strong and clever female lead with plenty of suspense and action. After the 7 Stages War left much of the planet a charred wasteland, The Testing was created. The main character, 16-year-old Sia, has been chosen to compete in the testing, the one chance she has at furthering her education at university and becoming a leader of the United Commonwealth. While Sia is ready to compete in a competition of smarts, cleverness, leadership, and strategy, she didn't expect to also have to fight for her life. The testing will have you on the edge of your seat. Although this one does end on a cliffhanger, all 3 books in the trilogy are already out and can be found on the Hoopla app to be read right away. And trust me when I say you will want to have the next book ready to go for when you finish this one. So the next book I will be recommending today is The Bells by Dhonielle Clayton. I chose this book, well, one of the reasons I chose this book was because it reminds me a little of the people living in the capital in the Hunger Games and how they show their status, power, and wealth by how they look and their lavish tastes. And that is a very similar theme in The Bells, where everyone is born gray and is obsessed with becoming beautiful, but changing one's appearance is expensive. Camilla is a belle, one of the very few people who have the magical gift to change someone's appearance, to make someone beautiful. Everyone loves the belles, and Camilla wants to be the favorite, the belle that serves the royal family, the one recognized as the most talented belle. But the more time she spends among the royals and the wealthy, the easier it is for her to see the ugliness behind all the beauty. So while this book does have a slower start to it than the other books I'm discussing today, its beautiful writing brings the story to life, and it picks up at an unputdownable pace for the second half of the book when the royal family's secrets start to become revealed. And to top it all off, this book also has teacup elephants. So what more could you want? And last but not least, I'm going to talk about The Final 6 by Alexandra Monir. Unlike the previous title, which was a fantasy book, this one is science fiction. Earth is at war with its own environment, and the world has declared climate change as an international emergency. So the European Space Agency, or ESA, has been tasked with finding an off-planet solution. So they create the Europa Draft, where 24 of the best and brightest teens are drafted to compete in a chance to colonize Jupiter's moon. This story is told from dual point of views. First, we have Leo. After losing his family in the flood in Italy, which is now mostly underwater, he has survived by scavenging, diving into the water and finding lost riches to sell. When Leo is announced as one of the 24 to be drafted, he is excited to embark on a new adventure and to get the chance to help save humanity. The second point of view is Naomi. She lives in Los Angeles, California, and was also chosen as one of the 24. However, she's dreading having to leave her family and insists that the mission is an impossible and deadly feat. She would do anything to not be chosen. A few days after the announcement, Naomi and Leo arrive at space training camp, where they must compete to be one of the final 6 to be sent to Europa, and the training is more intense than they ever could have imagined. And my favorite parts of the book were reading about all the cool technology they used during training and how fast-paced of a read it was. I devoured the book very quickly. So all three of the books that I talked about today can be found on Hoopla and can be read immediately. You just need your library card. Now, I do recognize that some people may not be in the mood to read these types of books right now, and I totally get that. So that's why I will be changing up the themes of the books I talk about every video to make sure I cover a wide range of reading moods in various genres. So that pretty much wraps up this week's Lunch and Listen. I just want to thank you all so much for tuning in, and I hope you heard at least one book today that sounds interesting enough for you to give it a try. If you have already read or end up reading any of these books, please let me know what you thought in the comments. I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon, and please stay safe. Bye!